Alright, what's up, guys? So it's Pt3 here. We did Jill counts, we've done the Phantom Ice Cream Truck, and now let's actually do Perceptions of the Dead. So I assume this one is actually like the main story, since it's actually called Perceptions of the Dead. These ones were kind of like little side mission, side stories. So we're gonna do the main one now. So I assume this is going to actually take a little bit longer. I might lose track of time. Hopefully not, because 30 minutes. 30 minutes, let's go. Hopefully everything is recording correctly. It should be. If not, then I just remake the video. Anyways, Tyrone has made it his business to help solve the troubles of those afflicted by the undead. But what seems like a case of the benign hunting may find him risking more than his life, but his very soul. Perceptions of the Dead. I'll be the first to admit, there's something a little sad about watching a pirated copy of the original Star Wars trilogy. It's been out for about as long as I've been alive. You'd think I'd own a legal copy by now. But really, where can you find a legal copy nowadays where Greedo shoots first? Question mark. Now, nowhere. It's a sad fact of life. I pull another chip from the bag and munch as quietly as I can. Ooh. I have the volume way down so I can hear the rest of the house easily. The crunching of the chips is almost loud enough to drown out Hans' rant about the Falcon's speed. Hans' rant. Why did I say Han? Hans' rant about the Falcon's speed. Scary. My eyes dart up to the girl on the ceiling. I did too. She's still staring, wide-eyed, her pupils dilated, and her claws clicking rhythmically at her sides while she sits watching me. I pull out my phone and snap another picture of her, checking to make sure the screen stays empty. It does, and I slide the device back into my pocket. The owners of the house had been right. They had a ghost, but it was a harmless haunt incapable of manifestation. The creepiest thing she had done was stand at the end of the hallway and watch me watch TV with her amazing sound system. It clicks at me and I hush her. She clicks at me and I hush her, as though it wasn't already hard enough to hear. She doesn't respond, and I regret not downloading a version with subtitles. I like how nonchalant he is. He's like, oh yeah, this ghost? Yeah, it's alright. I've been here for almost a week. So far only Little Miss Claus has shown up, and it hadn't been hard to identify her. She's the ghost of a girl who suffered from an acute case of depression and took her own life. Jesus fuck. With scissors! Apparently, she did the deed with a pair of scissors, which explains the increasingly annoying clicking scissor claws. Her family had sold the house after the loss of their only daughter. It eventually ended up in the hands of the current owners, the ones who had hired me. Their descriptions of the haunt had pretty much been a dead ringer of the girl. They had, of course, complained of cold spots and objects disappearing and reappearing elsewhere, but odds were high that they were misplacing their own stuff and giving themselves the chills. Same way any scary movie can. For the chills, I mean. Good old-fashioned forgetful explains the moving stuff. The girl keeps at her clicking, her bloodied claws writhing as she stares, sitting on the ceiling as though she had chosen to break a few laws, starting with gravity. Sure, we'll talk to it. Answer me a question, ghost girl. Why does everyone who's dead seems to have black hair? I mean, really, do gingers actually lack a soul or something? What the fuck is up with this guy? Before she has a chance to answer my question, a knock comes at the like she was gonna answer your question. I swear to If someone called the cops on me again, I'm going to give them a goddamn reason to. I'm not an effing squatter. I was hired to be here. I free myself from the ensnarement of the amazing plush furniture and shrugged to the door, muttering nonsense the whole way. Throwing it up, and I find someone new. You're still here? Yes, I am. I am still working. Well, not right now, actually. I'm taking a break while some things are settling. And you are? You know, most of the other neighbors think you're a squatter. I grimace. Yeah, I know. I've had to talk to the police twice already. What are you even working on? I thought that they were done with renovations months ago. Look at her teeth. She legit has buck teeth. I'm gonna tell her the truth. I assume she's here for a reason. And she was on the front page, so logic dictates she's gonna be important to the story. So might as well just tell her the truth. Yeah, like I'd do something. It's like, you know what? If you give me a choice, let me choose. The owners reported some odd noises, creaking, groanings, rattling, the kind of noises that you don't want to be hearing in any newly renovated home. Thing is, the contractors haven't been able to identify the source or even replicate the issue when on site. I do construction. I'm between jobs right now, so they're hiring me to stay here until the issue occurs and use my expertise to identify and resolve the problem. That sounded pretty believable, not to mention oddly close to the truth. It had been enough for all the police both times before, after all. It had been enough for the police both times before, after all. Well, that and a Skype chat with the actual owners. That makes sense. So, what, you're sleeping on the floor waiting for the noises they were reporting? So what, you're sleeping on the floor? No, I don't have to sleep on the floor, considering it's fully furnished. You don't think it could be the ghost that's rumored to haunt this place? You don't think it could be the ghost that's rumored to haunt this place, do you? I force a snicker, and she immediately flushes. Yeah, I'm not the superstitious type. Everyone knows ghosts are real. Everyone was wrong, of course, but I wasn't going to admit that right now. I love this guy. Look, I didn't. Thought if it's a long-standing rumor, it might have been something to do with the foundation. Do you know how long this building has been haunted? She flushed further, and bit her lip. What was she doing here? An amateur, our house hunter, maybe. I don't know. At least 10 years. That's when my family first moved over there. She pointed to what was more or less a mansion across the street and a few houses down. Not that any of the other houses were really less impressive. This was kind of a high-end neighborhood, which was a large part of the reason I had met local law enforcement twice already. I suppose I'll have to go back at it again with my level. See if I can find anywhere that may hide a scene in the foundation. Do you need help? Okay, seriously, what was your deal? No, I've got it. Just fine. Oh, okay. Well, it was nice to meet you. You too, kid. She's gonna kill us. She stands there watching with the eyes of a puppy as I close the door on her. I look back to the clicking ghost on the ceiling and realize that I got more heebie-jeebies from talking to that girl than I did watching movies with the ghost hanging above my head. I nearly jump out of my skin as my phone goes off. The ringtone clearly indicates it's my work number. Looks like I'll have another job after this one, Snippy. She clicks the same as she had before, unresponsive to my attempts to converse with her. Which is a good thing. It means she's a passive haunt. No need to gank her. It'll fade naturally. I answer my phone and wait for the words. There's a moment of silence. Is this the boy in Dylan's house? I recognize the voice immediately and hang up. Her knock follows not a moment after. Heard your phone ring. You answered exactly the same time. You answered at exactly the same time. Maybe she had gotten my number somehow, caller ID or something in the house. Maybe she didn't realize the significance. Huh. How'd you get my number? Wow. Way to maintain an air of mystery. Huh? Aren't you supposed to have some line like what the fuck? No, the caller is supposed to say that. Fuck. Did I just say that? Oh. An awkward pause hung itself, much like I was thinking about doing. Can I come in? It feels odd to talk about this kind of stuff on the other side of the door when you're right there. I grimace and let her in. How did you get my number? I read about it on 4chan, where you get all information that's kind of secretive, at least. I wasn't sure it was you until just now, though. Had my serious suspicions from the moment you arrived. Someone posted my number on 4chan. Nothing like I imagined from the urban legends, though. What? Were you not expecting a black guy? Well, I was expecting someone tall and dark, so I suppose I was right in this innocence. That's brave. A race joke. Why are you making it about that? Because I'm hoping it makes you feel uncomfortable and you'll leave. So, is it true? Is anything here? I almost turned to check on the girl on the ceiling, but maintained my gaze. Nothing that the tenants have to worry about, it would seem. That's an evasive answer. Will you leave if I give you some information? Yes, well, maybe. It depends on what you tell me. I had figured as much. I'm a spiritualist. I work for folks who think they have ghosts. I flip up my hood. With the appropriate ambience, I strike a much more intimidating character. The girl's face pale a little. No kidding. The hood is actually one I stole from the body of a serial killer. The psychic residue left it with an aura of violence that would invoke fear. It's a long story. What more would you know? Are they real? Yes, but they are so rare you will never encounter one in your entire life. There was a half-truth. She didn't have the spiritual perception. The lie lay in the rarity as advertised by the clicking of the girl on the ceiling. Oh. Disappointed? Good. It shouldn't take much to push her towards boredom and a departure. She looks around the house and disappointment slowly spreads to her face. So, there's no... Why did she stop? I follow her gaze to the girl on the ceiling. The clicks grow louder. The ghost stood up in a violent convulsion. Oh no. She could see it, and it hurt. All at once, it rushed her, claws sweeping wildly, as its seizure-like movements brought it closer. I don't like that! Fear had taken the girl's voice. Should I kill it? No, it's harmless to almost everyone. There's only one thing to do. I roar. I feel my body start to crumple. I always feel like this when I roar. To tell the truth, I still don't even know what I'm really doing. But I can feel myself die. Just a little. And let's just say that when I actually die, I'm going to be a handful of a haunt for my successor. The girl on the ceiling stops in her tracks. A moment of pause, and she retreats, sitting back above the TV from where she had watched me earlier. I let out a breath as my soul snaps back into place. Behind me, I hear desperate gasps. Great, maybe a panic attack will scare her off. Slowly, she raises her arm. I follow the finger. It's not pointing at the girl on the roof. There's someone out there. I turn to gaze to the glazed glass door. Pressed flush against the glass is a face without feature and hands with fingers too long. For the first time in years, I felt my blood run cold. No. What's wrong? Her voice is still panicked. Scream again. Make it go away. I try to speak, but my voice catches in my throat as its hand glides smoothly to turn the doorknob, and the handle begins to turn. I lunge to turn the bed bolt. What's wrong? What is it? Why can't I speak? Scream again! The handle stops rattling. The form steps away from the door, fading into the obscurity of the frost glass. No. No what? She was in shock. It was a defense mechanism. I wish I could so easily overcome my fear with it. We needed to figure out a way to escape. I had grown complacent. Even the most violent spectre I had encountered as of late had never really threatened my life. Why, can't you deal with it? Why are you scared of it, and not the woman with the black hair, with the bladed hands? That's the thing outside. I call it a slender. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's more than one even. Slender? You call it a slender? Like Slender Man? I knew where they were going with that. I nod, watching for a moment outside the door. The last one. I wince just thinking about it. I've only ever met someone like me once. It killed them. It doesn't obey any of the rules. In the distance of the back of the house, I hear the rattling and then a slow defeating creak. She gasps and then stifles her breath. Silence falls as even the clipping stops. It's inside. Oh God, it's here! Why did I come back here? The ghost on the ceiling scutters away, hurrying up the incline above the stairs. I try to steady my breath. Slowly I lean over, peering around the corner down the hall to the back half of the house. As still as the grave it stands, a silhouette in the hallway. Fuck. Should I move? Should I run? The decision is made for me as a hand closes around my own. The sight is gone as I feel myself tugged backwards. I turn, following the girl from across the street up the stairs. Why are we going upstairs? There's nowhere to escape from there. It's too late to change my mind. Behind me, as the foot of the stairs, it stands, still as stone. Run! I flee, retreating to the safety of the master's bedroom, locking the door. What was I thinking? I should have just kept running. Why did I stop? Why did I think you would be different than anyone else? What? I thought you were strong. I mean, you are strong, that's obvious. You were able to travel so far. Just took a plane. Jesus, you're that strong? You can keep up that level of manifestation long enough to fly on a plane? What? I mean, I can appear within 10 miles of where I died, compared to the boy that those creatures devoured. What are you talking about? I've never met a ghost as strong as you. I'm not dead. Abruptly, she stops in her tracks. Are you kidding? How can you be so strong and not realize you're dead? I'm not dead. Look, it doesn't matter what you think, because in a moment, a thing is going to come in here. She grimaced, holding back tears. It's going to come in here and kill me again. I'm not ready for that. Dying once was bad enough. Oh Jesus, for a moment the mirror fades and I see her, bloodied and bruised. She looked like she had been hit by a truck. You're a ghost. Splinters hit my shoulder. I wheel around, finding my blade in motion, as fluid as only practice can prove. The creature fills the doorway like a tombstone, and then it moves. Like oil slithering across a hot pan, the creature sidesteps me, ignoring me as though I were nothing more than a piece of furniture. It approaches the girl and I hear her scream. I scream, reality becomes a blur, and I bring around my blade. Aim for the head, aim for the leg. Eeny, meeny, miny. I'm just gonna aim for the head. Why wouldn't you aim for the head? It shatters harmlessly against white flesh as though it were glass dashed against a rock. I watch in confusion and horror as a seam tears open across its face. Then I watch it tear apart, unhinging its jaw. It lunges forward. Okay. It lunges forward, and in a single moment she is gone. Her scream cuts short in a violent swallow. No. Not again. I won't let you! The creature turns slowly, looking around as though confused. I step towards it, and each of my footsteps seems to burn the ground. The creature steps back, still silent as the grave. I am lost in what I am doing. I reach out and simply touch the creature. Waves of light and color wash over the creature. Pulse by pulse, the creature's color slowly shifts to match the world around it. And then, it is simply gone. That was crazy! My breathing steadies, and colors fade. Eventually, the world turns pale and normalcy descends. I just realized, me doing these videos, I'm just basically reading the story. That's all I'm doing. I'm not giving enough commentary to make this interesting, so I'm just reading to you guys. Hopefully it's very entertaining. Although I kind of go monotone a little bit afterwards because I get lost in the reading. The creature is simply gone. What was that? I look down, opening and closing my fist. And there was nothing left of whatever I had done, or Slender for that matter. I look around the room, impossibly confused. No, seriously, what the fuck was that? I don't know. Am I supposed to know? No, damn. I heard all over. Who are you anyway? Tulip. My name's Tulip. She's really pretty. Tulip Brooks. Yeah. Then who? I turned to watch the scissor girl skitter away. I don't know. She's been here since before I died. I flopped back down here, laying flat on the floor, and closed my eyes. Is that it? That. No, it's not. My parents' old house is just as I left it. I wonder exactly how much upkeep Marcus has actually been doing. Judging from the lawn, he's at least mowed it in the 4 years since I've seen him. Fuck, 4 years. Had it really been that long since I'd returned home? Wow, you have a really nice place. Yeah, wait, what? Your place. It's nice. How are you here? Spirits are tied to places they have strong emotional attachment to. That and people. Oh no. Don't tell me you're haunting me now. She doesn't reply, only blushing. Great, now I've got Sabrina the teenage ghost following me around. I'm 26. You died when you were 20? You died when you were 16, so you look 16 to me. Science falls between us. Look, just stay out of here until I had a chance to talk with Marcus. I approached the doorway with more than a fair degree of hesitation. What was I expecting? Her words echo in my head. How can you be so strong and not realize you're dead? It wouldn't be the first time I had encountered a ghost who didn't know they were dead. They would block it out, their death, their funeral. They would then avoid anything that could remind them of their death, like their home. My eyes settled on the front door as it opens and a large man steps out. His shaggy, dirty blonde hair is cut the same length as when I last saw him, but his jaw is framed by a nearly trimmed beard. He's carrying a blue garbage bag. He only takes 2 steps from the door before he meets my eyes. Tyrone? 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 It had been a long time since I had heard that name. It sounded almost alien. Hey, Marcus. Holy shit, you're alive. I mean, kinda assumed you were. Hadn't been kicked out of your place by your next of kin yet. Man, so good to see you. I thought you were dead. Why did you think that? Maybe because you've been gone for 4 fucking years. What the fuck have you been doing? Work. Mostly. I hope you were getting paid because... Buka bucks. If you were ignoring your friend for 4 years. My thoughts trailed to my less than impressive bank account. Not really. What? Did you join the military? Chicks dig boys in uniform. Is that how you picked up that chick? What chick? Chick that's been staying in your room for the last month. Show up out of nowhere and just kinda waltz in. She had a key or something, not very talkative. I don't bother to answer the question. I step past him, his face contorting into worry and confusion. I step inside. Wait a minute. Step past him, his face contorting into worry and confusion. I step inside and feel it immediately. Presence of a haunt. I walk towards my room. The door is open and she is sitting. Just reading. I don't recognize her, but she's clearly dead. Her hair bleeding up the walls and tangled up towards a cow skull or a dead giveaway. Oh man, I'm sorry. Is she just some homeless chick that picked a lock or something? She seemed like she owned the place, so I assumed you knew her. She said she was waiting for you too. Well, apparently she had a more normal-looking outward manifestation. I know for a fact she didn't die here. She's been here for a month. She must be incredibly powerful. Okay, man, your silence makes me think you might know her, but there's something awkward about your relationship. You're not telling me, so I think I'll let you two talk. But if you fucking leave without talking to me about wherever the fuck you've been up to since you left, I swear I'm gonna fucking kill you. Marcus walks away, closing the door behind him. It's kind of unfortunate I don't have a moment to enjoy the fact that his threatening of my life confirmed that neighbor girl had been wrong. I was still alive, unlike this girl. Who are you? Look, I know it's not the best question, but really, I am a mess. I have been almost completely convinced that I was undead until a couple of seconds ago. Tyrone, I have been expecting something more noteworthy from something like you. Something. I was expecting Damien, perhaps. Should really consider answering one of my questions soon. What? How can someone so powerful not know they are dead? I feel the hairs on the back of my neck and my forearms rise. No, I was alive. The simple answer to that is that you're not dead. An anomaly, but not dead. What are you? Leave, I am dead. I am dead, and I am happy to continue being so. I like being here. I don't want to leave. Hey, this is my house. Not your house. I mean, the material world, you see. I'm not too strong to so easily fade. And I've been here a long time. I'm too strong to so easily fade. Then, I'm more than strong enough to track the attention of the Gnolls. Yes, like the one you killed, or whatever you managed to do to it. Do you even know about me, by the way? Yes, I can read your thoughts. Sorry, I'll stop. I glare. My name is Ripley. I am a ghost. She grins. And I would like very much to stay that way. Perceptions of the Dead. Created by... Oh. Alright, so that was it. That's really cool. So I assume they're going to do more into this, hopefully, because that was a really interesting story. So I assume it's the same guy from Phantom School Bus. I don't know if he is related to Jill Count, but it is the same person doing the Phantom. This person right here is the same person that was in this one. It's the same person, you know. But I don't know how Jill Count kind of like goes into all this. I'm gonna have to redo that one. I think that was so far the longest one that I've done because this one was very short. Anyways, so I hope you guys liked that video. I hope you comment, rate, subscribe, do all that cool stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. It was only a 30-minute video. I might not have to edit, except having to splice all of the audio together. Other than that, everything is fine. Wow! Okay, I hope you comment, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. I'll see you next video. Peace! I misclicked.